Hey, good morning, Sandra. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Asa?
Awesome. We are here because we want to talk about the mid-year check-in. We have started the third quarter and we're halfway through 2024.
We are halfway through. It is exciting for some businesses, scary for some because people are like, oh crap, I have made my forecast for the year and am I on target or am I not? And what does that mean? But what does that mean if you are on target or not? I guess one of the questions is, do you even know? Do you even know if you're on target or not? So, what we're going to talk about today is just doing a few, give you some tips to do some mid year check in, financial check ins to make sure that you are on task because it's not too late to turn things around.
And we're talking about this today because it's halfway through. We all have had financial benchmarks that we want to hit. And a lot of times, and what we're discovering, we're doing a little more consulting work with business owners. And what we're finding is that a lot of businesses don't know their numbers and are
Right.
not really clear as to whether or not they're on track or not. So
Right.
what are we gonna how are we gonna kind of help them break that down, Sandra?
Number one, I want them to pull out what your forecasts were in January. When you sat down in December and figured out what your target sales were going to be, what your expenses, just what were your goals so that you can even know your starting point, right?
Right, right.
So
So
that is the first thing that we have to do. The first step is to pull out your information. It's almost like what is it, what was that? Your New Year's resolution. What am I going to do? So you're going to dust that off and say, this is what I'm doing. So pull that out. So you have that right there. So you're focused on that. And then you need to pull out your financials to find out where you are. What do your numbers look like? Pull out your P&L, profit and loss,
what?
um, your profit and loss statement,
What is that?
business statement. This is the statement that is going to tell you all of the revenue that has come into your business so that you can see a snapshot of what your sales have been. And I just want you to focus on your sales as we're talking about this right now. But what do your sales look like? Are you on target? So are you behind the eight ball or are you on target? And and I want to say, like, if you are behind the eight ball, if you want to say that, I want you to think about why that is. Is it that you didn't perform well? Did you add a new service that you were learning, and so it took some of your attention? So when we think about these things, did you take a pause to get ready to launch something and catapult your business in something in a new direction? And so I don't want you to beat yourself up over if your sales are down. I want you to dissect it to know exactly what's going on in your business.
Okay, so get an idea. What is was your forecast for 2024? Pull that back out so you can take a look at that and look at your numbers that you have to date. Right? So 6 months have gone by. Are you on track? Your numbers from the beginning of the year, you should be at least halfway there, if not beyond. So if your goal was $100,000 in your business this year, you should be at 50 or around 50. Hopefully, you're beyond 50,000.
Right?
That means you're really accelerating your growth. But if not, this is still a great time because we have 6 more months, 2 more quarters to the year, which will allow you to get back on track and do a reset. One of the challenging things that Sanjay and I are seeing is that with solopreneurs, they don't have anyone else to talk to. They're just
Right.
sitting there trying to strategize and figure things out by themselves because their friends and family typically are not as invested in their business or may not have the business acumen that they need or that they're looking for. So if that is you, give us a call, send us a DM so that we can talk to you and help either guide you to someone that you can talk to that's going to help you on track, or we can have a conversation and see how we can help you with that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you want to go on the second point?
The next one is I want you to take a deep dive in your expenses. And what I mean by that is like really pull look at your expenses, look at your statements, and see if you may be leaking money, right? Leaking money, meaning is there a subscription that you are paying for that you no longer need, that you need to cancel? It's like really just taking a deep dive into your financials to see if you are wasteful, wasting money. If there's some other program that you're using that is vital to your business, is there another alternative that may be cheaper? Or the other thing is, are you able to negotiate with the provider just to even get a discount? Like, hey, I've been a long time subscriber. Is there a way for me to get a discount?
Okay. I don't have anything to add about that. Just look at your expenses. I prefer to examine the expenses, but not spend too much time on the expenses because they are what they are, right? Cut what you can cut. But I really want you to focus on the next point, which is expanding and growing.
Hold on one second. I'm having some computer challenges here. Hold on.
No problem. So when you focus on your expenses, that helps you keep yourself in check. How do you keep more money? How do you bring more money into your better bottom line? And that's one of the things that CFOs will work with you with. If you don't have one, you need to think about how can you apply that into your business, or that kind of mindset in your business, so that you can begin to start looking at the important factors in your revenue and your expenses.
Yeah, so this is why Asa and I are business partners, because although he likes to skip going deeper into the numbers, I am a person that loves to dig deeper and analyze and see what the trends are and what are the forecasts. So you absolutely need to have a person that's a partner with you that's not afraid of numbers, that likes to dig a little bit deeper. And it was just an exercise that we, in fact, did just this past weekend to really look at our numbers, scrutinize it, looking at how much you spend in travel, looking at how much you spend on entertaining your clients. Just are there anything else that you can do? And one of the glaring things was, we like to entertain our clients. So you should want to be our client, because we do like to entertain. You might get a great meal out of us. So we want you to explore that. And the other thing is, what is it? Just really, being an entrepreneur, people are always afraid to rock the boat. They are starving. And what I mean by that is, like, we're starving. Like, when we get $1, we're quick to hold on to it. When we know that, in fact, in the world, in the economics, you have to circulate your dollar. That's the way that more money comes to you, is by circulating. But we want you to be very smart and have a strategy. So every dollar that comes into your business, you will have a plan for that dollar, whether it's to pay yourself, whether it's to pay a vendor, whether it's to do marketing and expansion. But each dollar that comes into your business should have a purpose.
So, and one of the ways that we're going to talk about in future episodes is how do you begin to see those dollars better? How many of you out there have one checking account for all your business revenue?
I'm sure there are a lot of people that have that.
And that is a challenge, because you only have one account to pay all the expenses. We're going to talk about how to begin to chunk your money that comes in, so you have a better idea and a better focus on tracking the numbers. Once something is measured, something will improve. And that's what we want to help you to be able to improve your numbers, because you're measuring them and keeping track of them.
And we want to say allocate, not jump.
All right, that's good to go.
We say just to have a better allocation of the funds, of the money that comes into your business.
Okay, what's the next?
Yeah. Okay, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all we were going to talk about today. It was just a really short introduction. Just number one, we want you to get your numbers. I know it's been a long time, but some of you may need to contact your accountant to get your numbers, or you might be able to use, your QuickBooks or your financial software just to pull your numbers. But number one, we want you to pull those numbers, like dust off, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Some people are very afraid based on
Yes,
their behavior, but you don't know until you actually see those numbers in black and white. If you don't see them in black and white, you have no idea in how to operate moving forward. The
that's a
second
big
thing,
idea.
oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry. No, no, no.
No,
It's just get your numbers, man. It's just amazing when we talk to business owners all the time, and they have a vague idea of their numbers, right? And a lot of times you create a side hustle or you create a business to increase your revenue, to increase your ability to retire, to increase your ability to put your children in private school, to take care of your parents. And we take our personal money management skills to our
right,
business.
right.
And again, I've talked about different hats. You have to put on a business hat. It's a totally different hat when you're looking at how to allocate your money in your business. So, if you're taking your personal money management skills to your business, typically it's going to be a major, major challenge. And if you're looking at your numbers and your numbers aren't where they are, it's because sometimes we need to learn a new tool, have a new skill that we have to apply to our business. So, don't be afraid to do that. Just embrace the fact that if you want to get to a different place, you have to become a different person or invite other people into your business to help you get to where you want to go.
Yes, yes. I just wanted to touch on some of the other topics that we were going to talk about this week. The other one is people, business owners go into business for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is, of course, number one, to make money. Then the next one is to keep money. The next one is to pay yourself regularly. And then to deliver a strong product to your customers to make sure that they're coming back to you. And the last one is to make sure that you don't get in trouble with the IRS. So we want to make sure that these are clean ideas. So we'll be talking to you this week about those topics and going clear and deeper into those things.
All right. Well, tune in tomorrow and pay attention. Bring your notes. What?
I think he's trying to say maybe it's a little too early for him. Trying to say his note, bring your notepad, bring your questions, bring anything and everything so that you can go ahead and ask any other questions in our feed here. So anything that you have a question on, there's no question that's too small. As Aisa and I are always here to educate and to help. We are here to really focus on small businesses so that you can catapult your business and your revenue so that you can become a large firm and to really grow and hire more people in your community just to help your community overall and to give back. So that's what we're here to do. That's one of our missions.
All right. See you tomorrow.